I'm going to start off this episode by showing you the official Coffee with Mr. Karsten coffee mug. Just had this given to us by Catch Penny Productions, who does all this videotaping and editing for us, and I want to thank them for that. But how cool is that? So this will follow us around to future episodes of Coffee with Mr. Karsten. As you know, this Coffee with Mr. Karsten program has continued to just take a time where we can highlight different pieces of the ministry of the LSA. And today I wanted to just show you a newsletter, an update report that I just completed for one of our association churches, their voters meeting coming up. And what better way to then not just share these things with the church and the members and the voters, but to highlight a few of those things for our listeners here on Coffee with Mr. Karsten. So this newsletter talks about, who's probably going to be reading this, what should we share with them. So who might be watching or could see this Coffee with Mr. Karsten that you might share, and what are some of the great things that are going on that we could briefly highlight. I can't tell you enough times what a positive start that it's been to this school year. In 20 plus years of starting school years, I think this is one of the most, if not the most positive start to the year. People have heard me say that, have asked me, why is that? I continue to talk about the Share Your Faith workshop that we started the school year with, and I continue to talk about just positive relationships that were in place, but also relationships that we're trying to make stronger and stronger in this ministry, specifically our administration and our teachers, and then teacher relationships with parents and with their students specifically, and then our community partnership and our partnership with our churches. Those are important relationships to us. So again, I would talk about the Share Your Faith. We've talked about this before. But if we were to ask you two questions today, we would want to know that you could answer them with conviction and know that you would indeed be in heaven if you were to die today. So question number one, if you were to die today, do you know that you would be in heaven? And question number two, if you were to stand there in heaven and God would say, why should we let you in to heaven, you would be able to answer that question, knowing that man is a sinner, knowing that heaven is a free gift already earned by what Jesus has done on the cross, knowing that God sent his Son to die and to rise again, to remove all sin and barriers between us and heaven, and to know that in our hearts personally, the faith that we have in this message, in this act that God has done through his Son Jesus. We started our school year with the Share Your Faith workshop, and we continue to encourage our teachers, our coaches, and our staff to share that with each other and with those that are in this ministry. The second thing that I talk about in this update newsletter for the churches is just our communication plan, and this specifically to our churches, a two-way street, two parts of the equation. I reference it a lot of times to an extended family, where parents go and visit their older children and grandkids, and they also want visits from those kids and grandkids at their homes. I think it's a lot like that with our school and our churches. We want to be out there at our churches and are sending our administrators, our athletic teams. We have had our music students, the choirs go out to the churches and be part of their worship. We've actually this year put a faculty choir together, and we're going out to our 5 Lutheran churches, and we may even just need to expand that to get out into the community. But it's been a joy to find ways to be going and communicating with our churches. We send regular newsletters, we send regular updates a couple times a week, and we hope that that continues to share the ministry with them. But don't forget about the other part of the equation. We would love to have our congregation members, our community members here in Decatur come on to this campus. There's so many things going on with events, with sports, with music, our concerts. the different events that are even fundraising events. There's so much fellowship and activity on this campus. We would invite our congregation members to be in tune with that. Connect with us on Facebook or on Twitter, or regular visits to our school website, lsadecatur.net. And there are so many ways that you could interact with the school and see the school firsthand by coming onto our campus. I want to talk about our music department. Probably goes without saying how amazing this fine arts department, our music department, continues to be. The elementary and the high school have been working on their Christmas concert pieces already. Look for those dates of our Christmas concerts. The high school and elementary class choirs, a few of them participated in our recent Veterans Day program, just did a fantastic job adding to what was a very special day to say thank you to our veterans. The high school recently participated in the Little Oakhaw Valley Conference Choral Festival, which was just an amazing night. 8 schools, 7 public schools and 1 Christian school, the LSA, 250 plus voices came together, learned 6 or 7 songs, and then put on a choral festival concert as part of the Little Oakhaw Conference. I just knew that it was going to be a good fit for sports. I'm really finding that music, Scholastic Bowl, and some of the other programs that come with it has been a blessing to our school. Back to that choral concert festival real quick. They even ended with a gospel song. Again, 7 public schools and 1 Christian school talking about Jesus and the power of having Jesus in our lives. And the song was "He Never Failed Me Yet." What a witness that was, sung by public and private school kids, many of which I'm sure had that personal faith relationship in their hearts while they were singing. A couple more things I want to highlight. We continue to invest in the relationships piece with our faculty. I mentioned that before. But I also want to say we're investing in professional growth with our teachers a little bit more this year. We brought in a speaker named Todd Whitaker who spoke to our teachers about what great teachers do differently, and then he actually spent some time with our administration and told us what great administrators do differently. And so we have taken a lot of those things to heart, and we want to see that impacting the ministry in this place. The athletics, winding down our fall season and really gearing up in a big way our winter season. Had a lot to celebrate during that fall season, a football season. Number one, just great fellowship on a Friday night. I think number 2, not any kind of major injuries, and we're thankful to God for that as He watched over our athletes. We had a state champion in 1A golf, Hunter York, that we have celebrated a few times. Very unique. But then we also recently had one of our seniors sign a letter of intent to swim in college at Truman State University, which I think is pretty interesting and unique, and we want to congratulate her. We've had a couple of very exciting basketball games at the elementary level in our middle school athletics. Both the 7th and 8th grade boys won the Sierra Gordo tournament, finished first place in that opening season tournament. And then we'd throw out a couple dates right now, December 1st and December 2nd, back-to-back nights. Invite you out to see the girls' home opener on December 1st, high school girls basketball. And then the night after, December 2nd, our opening night for boys basketball. Should be a great season. We're looking forward to that. And then one more comment, just really kind of going back to this Little Oakhaw Conference, specifically football, but I've had it several times this year. We have had people that have been new to our building, never been in our facility, never been on our campus, come for some of these Little Oakhaw Valley Conference games. It's amazing, and it's so humbling to hear them compliment our facility, compliment our campus, compliment the sportsmanship of our coaches and our kids. I've had more public school parents and even some board members from some of these public schools come up to me personally and are just amazed that we start the games with a prayer and that witness of Jesus Christ just resounds in who we are and what we do. It's been pretty neat to hear them really think out loud and share with us how cool that is and how positive that is. We are a witness all the time to the gospel of Jesus Christ, and through athletics, through sports, even these public schools are being touched by this message. What a wonderful opportunity that we have to continue to be a positive witness. Coffee with Mr. Karsten. Coming together for a voters meeting, and we're going to update our churches on a few of these things. But what we have in place to share with these churches, we had a chance to share with you today. It's been a great start to the school year. We're very blessed with what's going on. In the next couple of episodes, we'll highlight a few more of the ministry pieces of the LSA, and you're going to hear us specifically talking about new parents and parents that would consider being a part of the LSA education for next year. The 2015-16 school year, believe it or not, we've already started to interact with preschools and with some of our middle school families talking about the high school. And so stay tuned as we would talk about the upcoming new school year, but continue to celebrate the school year that is going on right now. It's Coffee with Mr. Karsten, blessed to be a part of the ministry to provide Christian education here in Decatur, Illinois. To God be the glory.